It is Sunday morning, and you know what that means. It's time for the Sick Podcast with Andy McNamara. The Browns can't let us down because they're on a bye. So we'll talk Browns on the bye, but really we're going to be diving in. Fantasy Football Week 9. We got a bunch of your questions. I want to see y'all in the chat. Hashtag Ask Andy, and we're going to build the NFL Ultimate Betting Ticket in the Parlay Party. ESPN host Josh Hennig is going to join me. Big show. Let's go.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast with Andy McNamara, the sickest Cleveland Browns podcast.
Chubb runs, he's to the 10, 15, he's to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. There goes Chubb, he's to the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Shabba-lubba hub.
It's gonna be sick.
Welcome, everybody. Yes, Week 9 in the National Football League. Browns on the bye, taking a break. Will they stick with Dylan Gabriel? Probably. Should they be going to Shedeur Sanders? Yeah. Give it a look. Why not? This team's offense is hot garbage. I feel relieved that I don't have to see the Browns lose today because the Blue Jays, of course, heartbreaker in the World Series. 11 innings, just chances were there. It slipped away. Kind of sounds like a bit of a Browns post-game analysis too, right? It's like chances were there, had the opportunity, slipped away. Fun run. What are you going to do? Make sure you are subscribing to the channel, notifications on, share it too. I love seeing you guys in the chat. We got listeners and viewers from the Atlantic City area, from Calgary, from Toronto, from Cleveland, from all over the place. So I love it when we jump in the chat together. From Canton, of course, jumping in, getting those fantasy football questions and getting those NFL best bets in. And not just questions, too. If you got a play of the day, you got someone named, hey, Andy, you got to play this guy. Or a best bet. Oh, man, you know what? I got a feeling about this. Jump in, but share the chat. I love the community here. More the merrier. T-Wolf in the house right off the bat, baby. Thunder Wolf gets it done. First in the chat, as usual. My man, Rick. Oh, how you feeling after that Jays loss, buddy? Boy, you know, it's I got the Blue Jays hat right there. Frank the Octopus sitting on top of him. It's a rough one. But yeah, jump in the chat. Make sure you're following us too on X at SickPodBrowns at AndyMC81. Use hashtag AskAndy. Get your questions in there as well on Instagram and TikTok at AndyMCSports. That's where you will find links to the show and my post-game Browns reactions as well, which rarely are happy, quite often are venting. We don't got to worry about the Browns letting us down this week. Quick note, how about them Buckeyes? And I'll say this, a little bet. Now, I got in on the Julian Sayin Heisman Trophy bet like probably 3 weeks ago, just a little sprinkle, and I'm already getting offered a above what I paid cash out option from DraftKings. That means the sports books are saying, this guy, 4 touchdowns for Sayin against Penn State, which is still a good team, but no Drew Aller. They're, fired their head coach. They're just 3-5, whatever. They're done. But the Buckeyes, 38-14 winners over Penn State. Julian Sayin, money. Could be a Heisman candidate. Could be a Heisman candidate. I don't know if he's eligible to come out. I don't think he is, and he probably should stay another year anyway. Yeah, Rick says heartbreaker for the Jays. I know. They had their chances, though, right? They had their chances. Like, it was there. What a run. Big bad Dodgers. Hopefully they Blue Jays can spring. Like, Scherzer, great. So you're going to have to move on from Scherzer, I'm sure. But add those extra pieces. You're still there. There's no reason you can't get back here next year. And quick baseball talk. It reminds me a little bit from back when the Jays were first trying to get to that World Series hump. Now, they didn't get to the World Series. They were being foiled by Minnesota or Oakland or whatever, right? Remember back then, it was just you won the American League East, you won the pennant. Then you had AL versus East versus West, and then it was the World Series. There's only 2 series, right? So the pennant meant a lot more. And for years, they had Fred McGriff and Tony Fernandez. Couldn't get over the hump. Then they made the big trade for Robbie Alomar, Joe Carter, 91, lost to Minnesota. Then got over, added a Jack Morris, got it done. And maybe it's a little tweak and the Jays can get over the hump. Anyway, we'll get to some football here. So the Browns at the bye, like I said. The defense is great. the offense is just broken. Stefanski's adjustment abilities have been atrocious in game. They really haven't been anything special out in between games. And it's a combination of dysfunction, I think, from the front office, miscommunication on who wants to play who at quarterback, and the lack of talent, right? Like, how can you trot out Dylan Gabriel? I know it's a few games, but we know what he is. I know what Dylan Gabriel was. I told you on this show before the draft, and then certainly after the draft. Dylan Gabriel, at best, you always look for upside, ceiling, right? Ceiling. His ceiling is an okay backup. Ceiling. What do I need to see any more Dylan Gabriel for? And what a waste, like I said on draft night, what a waste of a third-round pick. Gross. Gross. When you could have got a starting safety, could have got a tackle. Think you could use an offensive lineman now? Yeah. Oh, no, we'll take a 5'9" lefty QB. Okay. Shedeur Sanders at least. Now, his floor is lower than Gabriel, but his ceiling is sky high. I've seen enough of Gabriel. I can get a guy who throws for 3 yards anywhere. I want to see Shedeur Sanders. Now, he's got plenty of flaws too. Running backwards, getting sacked. Last preseason game looked bad. Whatever. I don't care. You might as well take a shot. You're not winning with Dylan Gabriel. You're not. Now, you play the Jets, who stink. They popped up a big upset before their bye. Right? Absolutely terrible. Grant in the house. Grant! This is another week that Stefanski's offense fails to score 17 points. Oh, Grant. Yep. Hey, yeah, it doesn't matter. Whether the Browns play or not, they will not score 17 points. And the one time they did, it was because the defense got a pick six and absolutely ravaged the dysfunctional Dolphins. Just gross. In any case, we'll be able to chill on the Browns, and we'll get to that next week. See what the heck happens there. Jacksonville, big injuries for Travis Hunter, right? Brian Thomas Jr., option, elevation. I think Travis Etienne, bit of a bump up as well. No more gadget plays for Hunter. Hopefully, and Travis Hunter, heck of a, just starting to emerge. Hopefully now the Jags start to lose more, and that Browns pick, that extra first-round pick they got, starts to get a little better, right? So we'll get to lots of fantasy football talk. We got Grant in the house. We got Thunderwolf in the house. Lots of questions coming up. Let's bring in my guy from 97.3 ESPN. It's Josh Hennig. Back to the show. Eagles on the bye as well. Josh, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. The time rolling back does wonders for the sleep pattern, yeah?
I felt great, especially after that late Jays game.
Oh my goodness.
Dude.
I got to tell you, I told you yesterday on my show, Hanging with Hennig on 97.3 ESPN, like, I wanted the Jays to win, but I did kind of feel like bringing Molitor and Jack Morris out there for the first pitch was a little weird. Maybe that's what doomed him.
I think it's Robbie Alomar, them still shunning Robbie Alomar after all this time. Say what you will. He didn't kill anybody, okay? O.J. Simpson was allowed back in Buffalo Bills Stadium. That's all I'm saying. You can't have Robbie Alomar, the best second baseman of all time. You take him down from the Ring of Honor, whatever it's called, level of excellence. You can't have Robbie Alomar? Come on. I'm pretty PO'd about that. Maybe that was the Robbie Alomar curse. We'll see. I don't know. Anyway, I was just saying Buckeyes won. How about that Julian saying, Josh? And I said I got in 3 weeks ago on the DraftKings Heisman Trophy. I'm being offered plus money to cash out. That means Vegas is getting a little worried. I'm not there's a few options here, but that Julian Sainz looking pretty good. 4 tutties yesterday.
Yeah, the problem with the Heisman market right now, if you're someone who's a bettor or someone who's like one of those like futures traders, like a Kashi or something like that, like the problem is that there's no front runner. So
yes.
It's like with Georgia Tech losing yesterday and Haynes King not having a big game, it's another name off the board. John Mateer missed part of the year. He's off the board. Lenore Sellers having not a good year. He's off the board. Now you're down to your Julian Sainz, your Tayan Green of Arkansas, right? You got your Maeva. Well, the problem with Mendoza, though, is his stats good enough? Like, he's winning games. But, like, historically, you know how it is, Andy. These voters love numbers. They love being like, Yeah, oh my
Gaudy
goodness!
numbers.
Look at the touchdown. Like half the reason why Tebow is in the Heisman conversation every year is because he had like 20 million rushing touchdowns. You know, it was like,
Yeah, yeah.
Like, these guys love numbers. That's why I say Mendoza. I'm not 100% sure, but like UCLA's Maeva. Maybe he's somebody who gets in the conversation too. So Saban's not a bad pick. It's just a question of does his numbers pop enough in a field where there's no clear favorite.
And when that happens, Josh, that's when you get like a Travis Hunter, you get a non-quarterback potentially winning, which is why I also put a little sprinkle on Jeremiah Smith for the Buckeyes. And he can't come out. Like, Josh, he would have been maybe if not the first overall pick, second overall pick last year. He still can't come out this year. If that kid stays healthy, oh my gosh. Like, this guy's just freaking real.
Good news for Ohio State fans. You're stuck with Julian Sayin and Jeremiah Smith for one more year.
Oh, yay. I love that. And you know what? I'll say this right now. I might have said this on your show too. You can put on my draft day movie sticky note, not Vontae Mack no matter what, Fernando Mendoza no matter what. I don't care what he does, Josh. As long as that kid stays healthy, 6'5", 225. I've seen enough. I want him. I want him desperately. Give me Mendoza. Now, what I do know is that we have to look at you half jokingly looked. You're like, who's the shortest quarterback with a lot of big numbers? It was that Florida State guy, wasn't it?
Yes, Castellanos.
Because that's who the Browns are going to take. We know that. It's like, 6'5"? No. 5'11". That's the money spot.
Yeah, for those who don't watch my show on 97.3 ESPN, Andy and I talked about this, about how like we pulled up the one video because it was that Saturday that he threw that crazy passing touchdown to the end zone, and like he's like throwing against his body, falling out of bounds, getting tackled by a man double his size. It just drops a dime into the back of the end zone. Yeah. And I'm like, hey, Andy, I found your next quarterback. And, and Andy goes, is he 5'11"? I'm like, yep, he is. And Andy's like, perfect.
Perfect. He's listed as 5'11", actually 5'9". Great. The funniest thing is when they put 6 feet for Dylan Gabriel. I'm like, ooh, we can make up heights? Tremendous. I'm 6'5". How about that, Josh? Did you know? I'm 6'5". This is great.
I've always told people, like, if you see some of these athletes standing next to people who you actually know how tall they are, it'll blow your mind. Like, for example, in basketball, Kevin Durant is like to be called 7 foot, but he's 7 foot. So it's funny, like he does the opposite. Kevin Durant wants to make himself shorter. Is he actually taller?
I interviewed Kevin Nash for you wrestling fans out there. Diesel, Kevin Nash, NWO, of course, in person years ago when he was with TNA, probably in like 2006. Biggest human I've ever stood beside. And wrestling is renowned for fudging numbers with height and stuff. I shook his hand, Josh. It was like a baby's hand. It just engulfed mine. And I looked up, I'm like, yeah, that's a 7-footer. And by the way, extremely genuinely nice guy. I was very impressed. No ego on him. And that was back when he was still wrestling. So I was very impressed with Kevin Nash. Anyway, Grant saying in the chat, Heisman is a media popularity contest nowadays. Absolutely. And the Buckeyes have another big wide receiver coming in next year. Who is it, Grant? They've got someone committed? Not surprising. This is the wide receiver Josh. They're just wide receiver after wide receiver. It's crazy.
Well, I've mentioned to you before a while. I'll let your audience know right here on the Sick Podcast of Andy McNamara. If you didn't know, now you're going to know why. Their new offensive coordinator, who is their wide receiver coach for the last several years. Yeah. Brian Hartline.
Former Browns wide
receiver. Browns, Dolphins. Yeah. But guess what?
Guy.
He's the reason why Julian Sayin is still at Ohio State. Because Sayin was recruited by Nick Saban. Saban retired. Sayin sat in for an interview with Kellen DeBoer. An hour later, he's like, I am out of here.
What?
Okay?
Wouldn't you have to be in on that interview? Where he's just, DeBoer probably comes out, he's like, I thought that went well. Sayin's like, nope. Well, thank you.
And so, but Sayin went to Ohio State for Chip Kelly.
Yes. Chip Kelly's now with the Raiders.
Then a year later, Chip Kelly leaves, and Sayin's like, what do I do? Everywhere I go, the coach wants to leave. And Brian Hartline convinced him to stay. That's the beauty of Brian Hartline at Ohio State. Never let that man leave. You cannot let that man walk out that door. Give him millions of dollars. Who cares?
Yep. Grant saying pride of, oh yeah, you're from Canton, Ohio as well. Pride of Canton. And the wide receiver he's talking about, Chris Henry Jr., 6'5". Yes, please. Another one the Browns won't draft. It's like, 6'5". Prefer 5'10". Slot guy. Yeah, that's the stuff. I hate this front office.
Who was the last big wide receiver? Braylon Edwards that the Browns drafted? Is that the last one?
Size-wise, we got Cedric Tillman. But he can't get on the field. Now, apparently, news is he should be able to return after the bye. I'm hoping he can do something. I'd like to relieve myself of one of my 2 autograph rookies, Cedric Tillman, because went a little too heavy on him, Josh. Sometimes you get a little bullish. They're nice cards, though. Got a book that's great. Anyway, we'll see. If he can do something, I'd like to offload one of them. But let's get to some fantasy football questions here. Jump in the chat again. You can follow Josh at Josh Hennig on all socials, myself at AndyMC81 on X, at SickPodBrowns. Use hashtag AskAndy for your fantasy questions. Of course, jump in the chat. Dump those fantasy questions in now. But let's get to hashtag AskAndy. All right, and we got several here. Let's pop up whichever one you want first, Shane. We got a guy from Michael Pagano. Tough decision I have on a weekly basis is at QB in my 6-point QB touchdown Superflex Dynasty League. Start 2 this week. Mahomes at Buffalo, May versus Atlanta, Dak versus Arizona. Follow-up question. Do I trade May for a top running back like Gibbs? My top 3 RBs, Taylor, Genty, and Etienne. Let's start with the double start for this week, Josh. For me, Mahomes has been upping his level fantasy-wise, but against the Bills, now it could be a fun shootout. I like the safer play of May and Dak, who have been absolute sensational fantasy-wise this year.
Well, Dak is the safest of all the plays just because of the fact that offense, they have to score points. Andy, in the last 6 games, the Dallas Cowboys have allowed 36 points a game on defense in the last 6 games. So the only way they can win games is for Dak to go off, right? Yep.
And he has
the only reason why I would lean Mahomes over May is because Mahomes has been scrambling a lot. And remember, no Isaiah Pacheco today.
Yeah.
Do we really believe Kareem Hunt's going to have a big day? I don't think so. So, because the only problem with May is that Atlanta had a embarrassing loss last week. Do they bounce back and try to maybe play like up to their competition?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they're 3-4. Atlanta's such a weird team, right? Like just when you think you kind of have them figured out, they put let's look. So lost to the Dolphins, which knocked a bunch of people out of survivor pools. Lost to the 49ers, beat the Bills. So it's like, how do you lose to the Dolphins? And how do you beat the Bills? It's why, and you beat the Commanders. Before that, you get shut out 30-zip to the Panthers. Makes no sense. So I don't know what to expect. It's a good point. I think you're probably, likely you're probably going to be okay no matter which combo. I'll say May Dak. Josh says Mahomes Dak. Now, follow-up question. Do I trade May for a top running back like Gibbs? Looking at his room, I think, Josh, if you for Michael, don't accept any sort of bargain. Sell at top price, and if you don't get it, feel fine keeping May. But, boy, if you could get May for Gibbs or something and you can replace him with the Etienne, that's a championship-winning caliber looking offense right there.
Yeah, because you already got Taylor. Taylor's the bell cow. Now you just went to number 2. And listen, you know me, Andy. I loved Gibbs coming into this year, so I still love him. My only question is it would be, it looks like as the way he's describing it, it's a straight up trade. Is there any way you could maybe maneuver anything else out of it just because of the fact that you can maybe tell somebody, look, Drake May's a top 8 quarterback. Right. So it's like, if I'm going to trade him, can you give me a little something more for it?
Right. Maybe a draft pick, something like that. Sprinkle in a little bit more. Grant saying in the chat, if anybody is crazy enough to trade Gibbs for May, I would 100%. Especially with those other quarterbacks. You're getting a stud and he's young. So I would do it.
But again, to your point, Andy, it's a dynasty league. So you got to look at it as
long term.
After this year, you only get so many keepers, right? A lot of dynasty leagues, 2 keepers typically? So you can't keep all three quarterbacks, right? You can only keep maybe one. So if you're trading May for Gibbs, is your dynasty then Mahomes Gibbs? Like, is that what we're talking about?
Right. Depends on the makeup of the league, right? Shane, let's go to the chat. Rick's got a question here. Addison versus Detroit or BTJ versus Las Vegas. Brian Thomas Jr., no Hunter, of course. Boy, Addison's been good versus Detroit. I was, as soon as Hunter went out, I was like, man, I'm feeling myself, and I got him in a couple leagues. Brian Thomas Jr. That's two bad teams playing each other. Jags, Vegas. I think I would go BTJ just because, Josh, I do not. You know it. I'm not a JJ McCarthy guy at all. He might be great. He's only played one half of good professional football in his life. How am I going to take that? Right? He could have another. He also might not. I'll play a little bit safer and I'll also go Brian Thomas Jr.
Listen, to me, it's the easy answer. Brian Thomas Jr. Also, the Detroit defense is playing well than people realize. They're coming off a bye week. They're healthier right now.
Yeah.
And listen, I've said that Dan Campbell deserves a ton of credit. This guy lost his offensive coordinator, his defensive coordinator, and now he just recalibrated. And Shepard is doing a great job on defense. Their new DC. Yeah, I'm not loving JJ McCarthy. It's I told everybody last week, and just to pat myself back to somebody else, well, I was right, that the Chiefs looked at Marcus Mariota like Drago, looked at the camera, said if he dies, he dies.
Right.
I think that's what the Lions are feeling like today. The JJ McCarthy, like if he dies, he dies. Poor Carson Wentz, by the way. I mean, that dude apparently his left shoulder injury is so bad, Andy, that he can't have surgery yet because the inflammation is still so bad.
Really? Oh. And he played, you know what, for what he is, he actually played like decent. It's that sprinkle of magic from Minnesota, right? He's not doing too shabby there. Let's see. We got Rick says, I was an Atlanta victim in the Survivor last week. Oh, I know, right? Just killer. I'm just pulling up so when we build our ultimate betting ticket, we'll be ready to go on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. All right, let's get to another. I think we have another one on X there, Shane. What do we got? At Thomas Sippins says, hashtag Ask Andy, start 2, PPR, Bam Knight, Rico Dowdle, Travion Henderson, or Chamari DK. Henderson, Ohio State guy, love him, not trusting him. DK has been sneaky good, and the Bam Knight Dowdle is almost like half dozen of one, 6 of the other, whatever the saying is, right? Like it's like Bam Knight, he could be the guy, but you got DeMarcado, Carter lurking back there. Dowdle should be the guy, but for some reason, Canales is saying, no, let's keep mixing in Chuba Hubbard and just skewering this guy. I personally would say, give me Bam Knight and give me DK.
So I'm a little different. I agree on Bam Knight just because of the fact that it's obvious the Cardinals don't have a lot of options. And now that Kyler Murray was ruled out yesterday, It's going to be Jacoby Brissett. You know that Brissett's not going to be chucking it, 50 times in the game. They're going to hand the ball off. I'm leaning to Henderson, and here's why. He got more touches in the last couple of weeks, and that was with Stevenson healthy. Now Stevenson is out. He is not playing. So there's a part of me that looks at Henderson and says, could this be his game?
Right.
I know there's a little bit of wariness because it's Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator. So if you have worries about that, maybe Rico. I gotta be honest with you. I don't like Kamari Dyke's value. I think this is a guy who, you know what he gives me? He gives me remember Sam Gano back in the day?
Oh,
the Packers when he had the 2-3 game run and then he was nobody the rest of his life. Like that's that's your vibe. Gives me that's the vibe I get from this guy. This is gonna be a guy who's gonna hit. Like Eagle fans know Travis Fulgham, right? Had 2-3 games and then nothing. Like that's what the vibe this guy gives me.
And last 2 weeks, he's got 2 weeks ago, 1 touchdown, 4 catches, 70 yards. Last week, 7 catches, 93 yards, facing the Chargers. on, let's be real, a very bland Titans offense. This is not high-powered by any stretch. So it's a good point you make. I'll still roll with that, but I would not be surprised if your scenario played itself out. Let's get to another one here, Shane. What do we got? From at Harley Keener. Tough call on flex, and also debating Debo versus Tet McMillan at wide receiver. Moningay, Debo, Tet McMillan, Dowdle, Bam Knight. So I'm taking this as we need a wide receiver and a flex. Moningay, I think, is a must play because Swift is out for Chicago. So we'll pop him in there. And then if we're going just straight up receiver, Debo and Tet, I think with Terry McLaurin out and Jaden Daniels back, I'm going to go Debo. What do you think, Josh?
I'm definitely going Debo as well. My only concern with Tet is that this is the first game that Bryce Young is back, and there's a lot of speculation out there, Andy, that if Andy Dalton was healthy and if he played better last week, would we be starting Bryce Young in this situation? So that's my tentativeness with Tet McMillan. And I'm with you. I think Magana is. Listen, that guy is going to become the biggest handcuff to me in fantasy potentially for the rest of the year, because DeAndre Swift has a history of injuries. He was very healthy for his 1 year in Philadelphia. He was healthy most of this year, but the reality, Andy, is that when you have a running back with injury issues, you know it, I know it, you got to handcuff him. So I think he's a good handcuff. The only other name I would throw in there, because we like Debo over Tet, I still like Bam Knight, as I mentioned earlier. I think with Jacoby Brissett, he is definitely a dude to play.
We got in the chat, Grant and Rick agreeing on Henderson, agreeing with you, Josh, that this could be Travion Henderson's day. Hope it is. Love them with the Buckeyes. Just hasn't necessarily got the opportunity, like you said, Josh McDaniels' offense. So we'll see. Let's pull up another one here for hashtag Ask Andy. We got at Ryan Tot. Hashtag Ask Andy. Crazy to consider Shakir over Nico. Need 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. Okay.
Oh, boy.
2 wide receivers, 2 running back, 1 flex. Jamar Chase, Nico, Shakir, Bourne, Chase Brown, Vidal, Hunt. So Jamar Chase we're playing, no doubt.
Right.
Let's put him in there. Wide receiver, I'm taking Bourne out. And it becomes between Nico and Shakir. Josh, I want to say Nico, but I just haven't seen it. And Shakir's a secondary guy, but could be a shootout with Kansas City. So I think I'm going to go with Shakir.
I'm going Shakir too, because the problem with Nico is that, it's not like – look at his opponent today. Like, do we really think he's going to have a big game? I don't.
Right. And then running backs, got to go Chase Brown. And you know what? I would say like Vidal at running back and Hunt for the flex. Like, I'd rather have Hunt because if anything with Hunt, he can get touchdowns. So if he gets you a touchdown, you're going to be feeling good. Now, if he doesn't, you might be hosed. But with Pacheco out, Hunt could be splitting carries with the rookie, and he can catch and he can score touchdowns. So I would rather do a Vidal Hunt. I'm not saying we should be excited about it, but I think that would be my play, because I just don't want Bourne or Nico in there.
Yeah, to me, Hunt has way more value than Bourne right now. Bourne is like the biggest boomer bust in fantasy.
Yeah.
And then, again, look at the matchups. I just don't like Nico's matchup, and a lot of times you got to look at, the difference between a running back and a wide receiver is, I know this sounds simple, but keep in mind, the receiver needs somebody to get him the ball.
Yeah.
The running back can just get handed the ball. So 9 times
or have it dink and dunked, short, easy pass completions, right?
Right. And the problem is that anybody who knows that Texans offensive line is garbage.
Yeah, and Grant, Pacheco is out. So Hunt opportunity. Yeah. Now you could maybe make an argument too, maybe that rookie Smith, maybe as well. But I think Hunt's a nice play here. Let's see, Rick in the chat there, Shane, has Darnold versus Washington. I have Smith and Jigba, or Herbert versus Tennessee, or Dak versus Arizona. If we're going 1 QB, I think we got to go Dak, right, Josh, for what we outlined earlier. Just they got to put up points.
Yeah.
Now it's Jacoby Brissett who might not put up points. Now let's look at it this way. Jacoby Brissett's not going to be lighting you up.
Or Willie.
Or will. You know what? Against that defense, he might. I still think Dak to kind of air it out is the play.
Herbert's a sneaky play, man. Like,
I like Herbert.
Tennessee Titans team is trash. Like,
Total trash.
It's amazing. Andy, can you remember a time where a head coach gets fired, an interim comes in, and nothing changes? Like in Tennessee, like it's amazing.
No burst, no boost,
nothing.
The team is, and it's boring. It's like a very boring team. There's nothing interesting, right?
And did you see the injury report for Tennessee this week? Like half the team is out. It's hilarious.
Oh wow!
It's like half the team is not playing, and you're like, wait a minute. Like you look into the list, I'm like, wait, who's playing for Tennessee on Sunday?
I'm almost scared for Herbert, like who's put up phenomenal fantasy points, 29 plus, 26 plus the last 2 weeks. Maybe they get out too quick and they just start handing it off, you know? Maybe. So that's why I think I'd lean Dak still.
Well, just to give folks an understanding, so in my one fantasy league, I have both Mahomes and Herbert. So, and I'm starting Herbert today to give you an idea of my perspective because I think that Mahomes, he's going to be limited by a very good Buffalo defense. Limited.
Right.
You can't stop him, but he'll be limited. I think Herbert and the Chargers want to get out to a big lead and chew out clock. So I can see Herbert getting like 3 touchdowns by halftime. You know what I mean?
And then easing off.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're probably in good shape no matter what, but we'll go with Dak. Let's pull up another one from whatever one we got. There we go. All from Instagram at AndyMC Sports. You can always hit me up there too at AndyMC Sports on Instagram. This is from Evan Moore. Hey Andy, great hearing you on the Calgary airwaves. I'm every Wednesday afternoon on Sportsnet Calgary for hashtag Ask Andy. You can jump on there. Love having the Calgary listeners in and from all over Canada and the U.S. Looking forward to Sunday's show before kickoff. Do you think Bam night should be replaced by anyone on my bench in the flex spot this week? Starting wide receivers are London and Harrison. RB starters are Bijan and Moningay. So if you got Moningay starting all right now, he did. I'm just going to pull up here. I'll tell you who we had on the bench. He sent me a graphic there. Where are we here? Oh, there he is. Let me just go over who his bench is here. So other options other than Bam. Charbonnet for running back. Woody Marks. Tyrone Tracy for the Giants. Quentin Johnston. Tet McMillan. Xavier Worthy. Any of those guys, like Tyrone Tracy in theory should be good, but I could see Devin Singletary just siphoning enough and it just being like a bland day for New York. Any of those guys, would you replace Bam Knight with Josh Charbonnet, Woody Marks, Tyrone Tracy, Quentin Johnston, Tet McMillan, or Worthy?
Tyrone Tracy's got a bad matchup today. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
He was actually on the waiver. He was on the waiver in one of my leagues. I didn't pick him up for that reason.
Yeah.
We mentioned Montague earlier. He's definitely a guy you have to consider today.
He's going to be in there.
The interesting thing about Bam is that, like I said, we like Bam in terms of his potential. What I do find interesting is that I hate the Drake London play. Like I am out on anyone who is in, unless Drake London is the only option you got. Like
you can replace him with Tet McMillan. I put McMillan in over him today.
Yeah, I would put McMillan in over London.
Right?
I mean, that to me, that's the bigger move than, Bam in your slot or not. To me, it's like, why are you starting Drake London? Are you hoping for the best and praying bad things don't happen? Like, wow.
Right. Yeah. Against New England?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Get Tet in there. Get Tet in there. Let's build Josh quick, then we'll get you out of here. Appreciate your time on a Sunday morning. The ultimate betting ticket for the parlay party. Let's pull up some options here. And I think we got some tasty options for our betting circle today. And I want to start with, we talked about Texans Broncos. Can you explain to me why the Texans are a favorite, even if it's 1.5? I can get plus money on the Broncos straight up winning.
Because they're at home.
I know, but that seems like a no-brainer Broncos money line, no?
Texans are statistically a much better team at home than the road this year. If you go through the numbers of home versus road splits, it's kind of creepy. Like they're one of those teams. Every year, I feel like there's a team that's just like they're like the worst team of all time on the road, but they're good at home.
Yeah.
That's the Texans.
I'm still gonna go Broncos. I don't like the Texans.
So my pick was actually under in this game. I like the under.
Take the under at 108. Okay. And let's build the ticket. 49ers, Giants. Niners, road favorites, 2.5. I think you got to go 49ers, no? Mac Jones in, but he's been useful.
It's on the East Coast, though.
Ooh.
Cross.
Oh, you know what? Oh, I don't know if I like that game at all. I don't know if I want to bother with that one.
That's a game I feel like if there's a prop bet that you might like, you might want to ride it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ooh, I don't even know. Over under 48.5. Like maybe the under. You know what? Let's push that. Let's push it. Chargers, Titans. Moneyline Chargers minus 600. Spread 10.5 to beat the Titans. Minus 104. I think they can beat them by more than 10. Do you?
To quote the former governor of California, "Go Chargers, go!"
10.5. We gonna do that?
Sure, why not?
Let's do it. Let's do 10.5. Falcons, Patriots. Just straight up Patriots at home.
Yeah,
I think that's smart. Vikings, Lions. Lions favored by 8.5. Money line minus 510. Over under 47.5. You got a feel for this?
What's the JJ McCarthy passing yards prop? Can we just take the under on everything McCarthy, or like can we take McCarthy to throw an interception? Like,
ooh,
I got so many bad vibes to this kid today, Andy.
Like, me too, man. Me too.
I mean, this kid hasn't played in what, 8 weeks?
Yep. We can get 150 plus yards, alternate passing yards, minus 700. Yikes. You know what? Let's take that, and then we'll sprinkle in the Lions to win straight up, just to up the ticket a little bit there.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Okay. We'll roll through a couple more here. Panthers, Packers. Packers minus 1,000 straight up. 13.5 points. Look, I know the Packers are going to win, but like the Panthers also like spook me a little bit because they can be feisty.
Is this game in Green Bay or Carolina? I don't remember.
It's in Green Bay.
All right. So you know whose birthday it is today?
Jordan Love turned 27.
Jordan Love props. Let's go.
Oh, Jordan Love props. Okay, let's take a look. Griff in the chat. Griff, buddy. He's going with Broncos money line. I'm with you. So we want Jordan Love. We want passing yards for Love?
Sure.
Or what do we want? What do we want? Passing yards? Let's see. Alt passing yards, 200 plus minus 275, over 225 minus 146. You don't get plus money until 250 plus. Maybe plus 200? Minus 275?
Plus 225?
Plus 225? Minus 146. Okay. We'll do that. We'll throw the money line on as well for the Packers, minus 1,000. Colts, Steelers. Colts 3-point road favorites. I like the Colts here. I think that offense is tremendous.
My pick of the Football Friday show was the over of the points in this game. I think points are going to be galore. I think that these are two teams that have allowed a lot of points defensively this year. Remember, Jacoby Brissett threw all over the Colts earlier this year. You know,
true.
It's like I should have grabbed my notes for this. It's a bad job by me, but I wrote down the quarterbacks who had the best games against the Colts this year are like Justin Herbert, Jacoby Brissett, and it's like another guy. And it's like, well, Aaron Rodgers should at least be able to do what they did.
Right. So we'll take the over in that one. I'm just seeing, is Joe Flacco going to play? Shoulder AC joint remains listed as questionable, is expected to start, but he could be knocked out against the Bears. Oh, that's kind of it's in Cincinnati. If Joe Flacco goes down, it's over. Like, this game kind of scares me here.
This is a stay away game for me.
Yeah, I'm with you. Jaguars, Raiders, that's also feels sort of stay away-ish, right? They both suck.
Is that in Vegas or Jacksonville?
In Vegas.
I mean, that could be a fun little game. You know, I could see some points being scored there.
Over under 43.5 could be over.
I mean, listen, you get 24-20 hit the over, so it's not that hard.
So let's go over minus 115. Let's take the over. Saints and Rams.
The Rams are going to murder them, okay? This is the first start of Tyler Shuck's career. And Andy, as a Browns fan, you know, old quarterbacks as rookies, not a good formula.
Nope. What's the – is there an interception prop on Tyler Shuck who comes in and has thrown interceptions?
I hope
there's got to be. Tyler Shuck,
by the way, for those who know, he's 26 years old. He's basically Brandon Weeden. Oh,
my gosh. We know all about Brandon Weeden. Tyler Shuck, interception. Yes, minus 176. Boom. Book it. Book it. Not a problem. And then Rams at a minus 1150 to win straight up. I love it. Okay. 2 more. Then we're out of here. Chiefs, Bills. Oh. Over. Maybe this is an over-under one. 52.5.
So I took the under in this game.
Took the under?
Yeah.
Could be a little like we're expecting a shootout, don't get it.
Yep.
A little tentative. Okay. Minus
little
112.
Little rock fight.
Okay. Seahawks, Commanders.
Actually, really quick. You want maybe even a better play for that game? What? First half under.
Oh. That, you know what? Because, they'll come out cautious. Can I find a first half under? Where do I get that?
It's usually under the the game lines part on draft.
Game specials?
Is it game specials?
Game specials, touchdowns, quarter props. It's going with players. TD score props. Could do a Kareem Hunt touchdown.
Could do that.
Yeah. I can't see it. Okay, let's just do a Kareem Hunt. Hunt tutty. Plus 115 anytime. That makes sense to me.
All right.
Get plus money.
That's the value.
Yeah. Okay. And 2 more quick ones. Seahawks, Commanders, Jane Daniels back. Deebo Samuel's in. Terry McLaurin out. -3 Seahawks road favorites. 48.5 over under.
This is a weird game because it's like the Seahawks have a good defense, but
traveling cross country.
It's a little weird.
Stay away.
I mean, do we all right, Andy, who do you like to score more in this game? Zach Ertz or Deebo Samuel?
I have both starting in one of my leagues. I hope both is the answer. I think Deebo. I think you got to go Deebo with James Daniels.
So maybe Deebo anytime touchdown?
Ooh, anytime tutty. Okay. All right, let's pop it in. And then Cardinals, Cowboys. Cowboys, 3-point favorites against Jacoby Brissett on the road. We got to go Cowboys.
I go over on the points. I just think no one's these defenses ain't stopping you and me at this point. Like it's getting wonky out there.
And go over. 53.5 is the over under.
Yep.
25. So they each put up over 20. Ooh, over. Yeah. That's. Let's see. Maybe if Javonte Williams. Okay. You know what? We'll be bold. We want to go over.
Yeah, absolutely.
Monday night. Let's go over. Okay.
That was. Go ahead.
That is a 14-point ticket here. It says some of that can't be combined into a single parlay. Which one's that?
Oh my gosh.
Man. Which one's that? Is that the Tyler? It's not the Tyler Shuck interception. Let's see. It was the Tyler Shuck interception. Okay, we'll do that separately. All right, lucky 13 plus 37,534. We put $5 on it. We win $1,876.71. How about it?
Why not?
Who's in? Woo! All right, plus 37,534, and we'll do a separate. Tyler Shuck put 10 on an interception.
I was going to say, can you do look at same game parlay for the Rams game specifically, and just be like Tyler Shuck interception and I
want something on that game.
I mean, do we really love the Rams spread?
Like 14.5, like that's Like it should, but that's scary. You know?
Is it one of those deals where it's like Puka Nacua's back? Do we think he's gonna get a touchdown today?
Could be. I'm just going in here now. Okay, we're popping in the Tyler Shuck interception. We could just build like Matthew Stafford +2 passing touchdowns, -245. Pop that in there. Oh, won't let me combine those either. All right. Anyway, we'll figure that out. In any case, I'm putting a tenner on anytime touchdown or anytime interception for Tyler Shuck. I think that's the safest bet of the day. I think that's the best bet of the day right there, kids. Josh, always very generous with your time, my man. Tell people where they can find you, see you, all that good stuff.
At Josh Hennig on X and YouTube, of course, 97.3 ESPN Saturdays, 12 to 3 p.m. The Football Friday show is Friday night streaming live on YouTube and X exclusively. And if you follow me on social media, you typically see where I'm at, what I'm doing, or the random pontifications of me, Josh Hennig.
Always a great follow, buddy. Thank you so much, my man. We'll talk to you next week.
Absolutely.
See you, pal. There he goes. Josh Hennig from 97.3 ESPN Radio. Always a great follow, great conversation with our buddy Josh. And you know what's also good, folks? It's DraftKings Sportsbook. It's game on, baby. Week 9. It's starting. It's starting soon. Every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. This isn't just football. First touchdown fireworks. Anytime TD rushes, live bets that ride every momentum shift at DraftKings. Every play is your next shot to win. New customers, this one's for you. You bet just $5, get $300 in bonus bets instantly, just like that. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SICKSPORTS. That's code SICKSPORTS to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
There you go, kids. Bye-week show in the books. We're going to take Tuesday off, and we'll be back strong next Sunday. Get you ready for Browns versus Jets. Of course, more fantasy football questions. If you got any more leading up to kickoff or for the late games or Monday night, make sure you're following us on X at SickPodBrowns, at AndyMC81. Follow us there. Use hashtag AskAndy, Instagram and TikTok as well, at AndyMCSports. Big thanks to my guy, Josh Hennig from 97.3 ESPN. Great show, man, says Rick. Thanks, brother. Make sure you're following Josh. Always a great follow. For producer Shane, I'm Andy McNamara. Browns can't let us down, but still, go Browns!
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast with Andy McNamara on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.